Welcome in. This is game number 16 of the Steam Backlog Challenge. And we have Lost Words by Sketchbook Games. This is a narrative adventure. Basically a click adventure. So it's just a little action game where you explore a story. And I don't know. I found there were quite a lot of things to like. I have 4 criteria that I'm grading the games on. This is not a grade on overall greatness of a game, but rather on how much value it had to me, personally, in this challenge. Number 1 is the sound. How was the sound quality? Is it nice to listen to? Were there good voice actors? Was the ambiance good? Were the sound effects, not annoying? Was there good music? Number 2, objective or story. Was this engaging? Did I feel something? Was I intrigued about the point of it all? Number 3, fun. How fun was this? Was this enjoyable, or was the game just a major hurdle to my enjoyment? Number 4, replay value. If I completed a playthrough, is it worth revisiting? And if I didn't, is it worth doing a full playthrough of? I didn't add graphics to this list because I didn't think it would be fair in this challenge, as some games have lower quality or style, and I didn't think it would be a fair comparison in terms of grading value of the purchase. And those are my 4 criteria for grading games in the Steam Backlog Challenge. So the sound of this game, I found it to be pretty good. The music especially was really stellar. It was done really well. And the voice acting for the most part was pretty good. I didn't think that it got, too cringy or anything like that at times. But I would say some of the audio cues in the mix could have been executed better. And for that, I ding it, just 1 point. So I'm going to give it a pretty good score, 4 out of 5.
Robin had pursued the dragon far, far from home.
Yeah, so obviously, this is a storybook. It's a story adventure. You're going through a narrative. Focus here is the story. And while it is kind of the trope of girl has tragedy game, I would say that there were times in the writing that I've found to be exceptional. There was a line in there where the main character says something like, "The gripping cold surrounding her, but Robin welcomed its numbing embrace." Solid stuff. Really good monologues. Just some pretty decent moments. And the story overall, it's a coming of age tale. So from that perspective, I think they executed that pretty well.
Pushed back the dark.
I don't think it was like over the top great. It wasn't really written for me per se. I'm going to score it 4 out of 5. Yeah, but how fun was the narrative? Right. Nothing too exciting. Again, it's just kind of a narrative experience. You're moving a character from one end to the other. There aren't a lot of crazy mechanics or anything to get in with. Though I will say, the idea of doing the spells that were in the game, basically like grabbing a word out of a book and then putting it into the world and then making that do something, was pretty cool. I honestly wish other adventure RPG games would do this system and, maybe refine it a little bit so that it was a little bit more interactive. I could see that really going places, honestly. But with that, there were some kind of unclear instructions, like just getting off the jump. They were trying to just use simple icons to represent, having to hit shift plus something else or alt plus something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. That was a little unclear, so it was kind of off-putting. And I guess at times, the controls felt a little loose. The jumping wasn't super tight. So it was okay. I enjoyed, like the 4 hours. It just wasn't over the top fun by any means. So I would give it, pretty average, 3 out of 5.
Robin crawled through the dank, dark tunnel.
Is there any replay value in a game like this?
I'll get you safely home.
Not really. I would say that once you're kind of through the experience, this is a one and done kind of experience. This isn't something I feel the need to go back for. We have most of the achievements, and I did try, and I'll mention this later, I did try to go back and get everything, but I wasn't quite able to do it, even though I looked. I could have followed a guide, I'm sure, but it was at least nice that once you get to the end, you have the opportunity to go back and try. So I'll give it, at least an additional point for that. One and done, honestly, just a 2 out of 5 for me.
A little wind won't stop me.
Let's do the ceremony. So we played this game 4.9 hours. We actually completed it. So it's good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and uninstall it. And it's completed. 4 achievements were missing. I didn't get all of the firefight. I think I missed just 1. The game does have chapter select, so you can go back and get it if you want. Yeah, I don't know. I went back and I tried, couldn't locate it, and don't know what I was missing. And then there's this one called Loop the Page for 5 seconds. Literally, you just let your character on a book thing. You just let her fall for 5 seconds straight. It's doable. I just, I'm not an achievement hunter by any mean. Okay, yeah, I had a look through my account history, and it doesn't appear that I even know how I got this game. There were a couple of Steam keys that I redeemed. I gotta imagine this is how I got it. I don't even really know where to find that if I did. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I got this one, but it's in my library and we played it. Yeah, this one is made by Sketchbook Developments and Sketchbook Games, I guess. It's one company. It's an indie game. It's a interactive story. It's kind of neat, actually, like what they did here. Very creative for this kind of thing anyway, right? It's going on Steam right now. You can pick it up for $15. You can also pick up the soundtrack, and the soundtrack's actually pretty good. I think they did a good job on the soundtrack. If you're into kind of atmospheric, kind of relaxing, cozy, somewhat, I would say orchestral, right? Yeah, sounds pretty decent. So that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for tagging along. Much appreciated, and this is me, Mucho, signing out.